In a tale that seems straight out of a dramatic screenplay, a teenage groom met a tragic end after marrying a 65-year-old bridezilla. Imagine the incredible twists that led to such a dramatic conclusion, where a young man's life is cut short amidst the complexities of an age-gap marriage. This isn't just any story, it's a gripping narrative filled with unexpected turns and profound insights. How did a seemingly straightforward relationship spiral into a crime so shocking it left everyone speechless? Buckle up as we unravel this incredible story, revealing the stark realities behind the headlines and the lessons that echo through this tragic tale. Helen Marquardt, a 42-year-old woman from Norman, Oklahoma, appeared to have everything one could wish for: a loving husband, 3 beautiful children, and an active role in her community. On the outside, her life seemed nothing short of incredible, a picture-perfect existence that many would envy. Yet, beneath this seemingly flawless surface, Helen was grappling with deep dissatisfaction. Her marriage, once a source of joy, had lost its spark, leaving her feeling isolated and unfulfilled. It was this longing for something more, a desire to break free from the mundane, that set the stage for what would become an unimaginable crime story. As days turned into months, Helen's restlessness grew. The once comfortable routines of her daily life became a reminder of everything she felt was missing. She began to seek out new experiences, hoping to reignite a sense of excitement and purpose. It's not uncommon for people to reach a point where they feel stuck, where the life they've built no longer brings the joy it once did. In Helen's case, this feeling of being trapped led her to make choices that would forever alter the course of her life. Her search for something incredible, something to fill the void, would lead her down a dangerous path. Helen's involvement in community activities and her role as a mother were not enough to distract her from the growing emptiness she felt inside. It's a reminder that even those who seem to have it all can struggle with feelings of inadequacy and despair. The stories we see on the surface often hide the true complexities of a person's life. Helen's story is a powerful example of how the pursuit of fulfillment can sometimes lead us into unforeseen and risky situations. As she sought to escape the confines of her routine, she opened the door to a series of events that would soon take a dark turn. The incredible irony here is that Helen's desire for something more, something beyond the ordinary, was rooted in a very human need to feel alive and connected. Yet, in her quest to fill the gaps in her life, she unknowingly set the stage for a chain of events that would unravel everything she had worked so hard to build. This serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of seeking fulfillment outside of ourselves, particularly when we fail to address the underlying issues that drive us to make such choices. And so the seeds of a crime story were sown, with consequences that no one could have predicted. In her search for excitement, Helen found herself drawn to a neighbor, Taylor Ronsley, a 19-year-old whose youthful energy seemed to offer the spark she so desperately craved. What began as casual interactions soon deepened into a secret affair, a connection that quickly escalated beyond anything Helen had anticipated. At first, it was framed as a mentorship, a way for Helen to feel needed and valued. But as their relationship intensified, it took on a toxic dynamic, with Helen becoming increasingly possessive and obsessive. This secret, hidden from everyone, would soon become the catalyst for a series of incredible and tragic events. As their relationship progressed, the lines between mentorship and obsession blurred. Helen's desire to keep this new connection hidden only fueled her attachment to Taylor. It's easy to see how someone could fall into such a situation, where the initial thrill of a secret relationship can quickly spiral into something much more dangerous. Helen's actions, driven by a mix of loneliness and desperation, began to reflect a darker side of human nature, a side that, when left unchecked, can lead to unthinkable outcomes. This is a story that shows how even the most innocent-seeming beginnings can evolve into something far more sinister. The affair soon became a consuming force in Helen's life. Her obsession with Taylor grew to the point where she could think of little else, and her once orderly life began to unravel. The secrecy surrounding their relationship added an element of danger that only intensified her feelings. But as the relationship became more toxic, it also became clear that Helen was losing control, not just of the situation, but of herself. This is a crucial lesson in how unchecked desires and hidden crime stories can lead us down a path of self-destruction. Helen's need to keep the affair hidden only deepened her attachment, pushing her further into a world of obsession. This incredible and tragic turn of events serves as a stark reminder of the consequences that can arise when we allow our emotions to dictate our actions. Helen's affair with Taylor, which began as a search for excitement, became a tale of obsession and possession. The secrecy, the lies, and the desperation all combined to create a situation that was teetering on the edge of disaster. Helen's story is a powerful example of how easily we can lose ourselves when we seek fulfillment in the wrong places, and how those choices can lead to outcomes that are far beyond our control. On June 5, 2022, a shocking and tragic discovery unfolded in the seemingly peaceful suburban home of Helen Marquardt. Helen's husband, Robert, returned home after a typical day, only to find his wife lifeless in their bedroom. The scene before him was one of chaos and violence, marked by multiple signs of a struggle. The serene environment of their neighborhood was suddenly shattered, and the community was left grappling with the reality of an incredible crime. This discovery set off a wave of shock and confusion, transforming their quiet life into the center of a murder investigation. The gravity of the situation was immediate and overwhelming. For a community that had known Helen and her family as model citizens, the violent scene was inconceivable. Neighbors, who had once seen Helen as the embodiment of suburban tranquility, were now faced with the stark reality of a heinous act. This incident not only disrupted the peace of the neighborhood, but also brought to light the underlying tensions and secrets that had been brewing beneath the surface. The discovery of Helen's body was a moment that changed everything, setting the stage for a complex investigation into the events leading up to her death. In the wake of this discovery, the investigation was launched with intense scrutiny. The once quiet streets were now filled with questions and speculations, as detectives worked to piece together the fragments of Helen's final moments. The scene of the crime revealed clues that hinted at a violent confrontation, adding layers of complexity to the case. It was clear that this was no ordinary incident, but rather an intricate story of hidden tensions and unresolved conflicts. The investigation was set to uncover the truth behind the tragedy, revealing the incredible details that led to Helen's untimely death. The discovery of Helen's body was just the beginning of a long and arduous process of uncovering the truth. As the investigation unfolded, it became apparent that this was a case steeped in secrecy and emotional turmoil. The initial shock gave way to a deeper understanding of the complexities involved, highlighting how a seemingly perfect life could mask underlying issues. The quest to unravel Helen's final hours would soon reveal a web of deception and obsession, leading investigators closer to the truth behind her tragic end. As the investigation into Helen Marquardt's death progressed, detectives uncovered a trail of evidence that would reveal a hidden layer of complexity to the case. The breakthrough came with the discovery of hidden camera footage, which provided a shocking glimpse into Helen's secret life. This footage, initially thought to be inconsequential, turned out to be a crucial piece of the puzzle, showing Helen's intense and increasingly troubled relationship with her young neighbor, Taylor Ronsley. The tapes revealed not just their encounters, but also Helen's threats, adding a dramatic twist to the unfolding story. The footage exposed a side of Helen's life that had remained hidden from the public eye. What was initially framed as a mentorship soon spiraled into a turbulent and toxic affair, marked by Helen's possessiveness and escalating threats. These revelations painted a complex picture of a woman who seemed to have it all, but was driven by unresolved desires and conflicts. The incredible nature of these discoveries forced the investigation to reassess the relationship dynamics, highlighting how private matters can sometimes lead to public catastrophes. As the footage was analyzed, it became evident that Helen's threats were not just idle words, but reflected genuine fear and tension. Her attempts to control Taylor and her obsessive behavior created a volatile situation that ultimately led to tragic consequences. The footage not only provided critical insights into the nature of their relationship, but also shifted the focus of the investigation. It became clear that the affair was not merely an ill-fated romance, but a catalyst for a series of events that would end in violence. The discovery of this hidden evidence marked a turning point in the investigation. The once elusive motive behind Helen's death was now becoming clearer, thanks to the detailed and dramatic insights captured on camera. This new layer of understanding forced investigators to delve deeper into the emotional and psychological aspects of the case. It was clear that the incredible story of Helen and Taylor was far from straightforward, and the investigation would need to address these complexities to uncover the full truth behind this tragic crime. On June 14, 2022, the investigation into Helen Marquardt's death reached a critical juncture with the arrest of Taylor Ronsley. This development came after a thorough examination of the hidden camera footage that had become central to the case. The evidence pointed unmistakably toward Taylor, as it depicted a deeply troubled relationship and a series of threatening interactions between him and Helen. The arrest marked a dramatic shift in the narrative, transforming Taylor from a witness into a primary suspect in this incredible and tragic story. The arrest of Taylor was a pivotal moment in the investigation, underscoring the severity of the crime and the unraveling of a once-secret relationship. Law enforcement officials were now faced with the task of presenting a compelling case against him, built on the newly discovered evidence. The footage, with its detailed portrayal of Helen's threats and Taylor's reactions, provided a substantial foundation for the charges. This shift not only altered the course of the investigation, but also intensified public interest and scrutiny. The public reaction to Taylor's arrest was one of shock and disbelief. In a quiet suburban community like Norman, Oklahoma, such an event was bound to stir emotions and provoke intense discussion. The incredible nature of the case, coupled with the dramatic revelations from the hidden footage, captured the community's attention and led to widespread speculation about the motives and circumstances surrounding Helen's death. This level of public engagement highlighted how personal stories can escalate into larger, more complex narratives. With Taylor in custody, the focus of the investigation now shifted to preparing for the legal proceedings. The evidence gathered, including the critical footage, would play a central role in the courtroom. The arrest not only signified a major development in the case, but also served as a stark reminder of how personal conflicts, when left unchecked, can lead to devastating outcomes. As the story continued to unfold, the incredible and tragic details of Helen and Taylor's relationship remained at the heart of this gripping crime story. As we conclude this gripping exploration into the shocking case of a teenage groom's tragic end, we're left with more than just a story of crime. This incredible tale reminds us of the complexities hidden beneath the surface of seemingly perfect lives and relationships. How often do we overlook the subtle signs of trouble? Are we vigilant enough to notice when things are not as they seem? It's time to reflect on these questions and apply the insights gained here to our own lives. Don't let the lessons from this story slip away. Subscribe to our channel and activate notifications to stay updated with more incredible stories and insights that could transform your understanding of the world. Join us in the journey of learning and growth. Your future self will thank you.